Hi guys, welcome to McKellar Motivational Monday. Come on in. Thank you so much for everyone who's joining in. My name is Danica McKellar. I am an actress, math book author, and Periscope lover. Every Monday we do McKellar Motivational Monday, and this is a place that we congregate to remind ourselves about how to live happier lives, basically. It's kind of how I would... Hey, Jen, Carrie, Abraham. Thank you, everyone. Jean Girl Publicist. I remember your name. Thank you to everybody. Hey, Mom. Thank you, everyone who is sharing. Thank you, Joel, Slaves. And thank you, Jen. And I have no makeup on right now. Zero makeup. I've been laying around all day on the couch with my son who's not feeling well. Natural. It's very natural, yes. Is it like horrible though? It's all right, right? Whatever. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Fifth or Five Shades. So in a moment, I'm going to be inviting our Facebook friends to join us. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Welcome, Dupocket, for your first day on Periscope. Thank you, Jeffrey. Draco's fine. He just has a cold, and he's just been under the weather, and so we've just been laying around and watching Bill Nye the Science Guy and things like that. Last night was a lot of fun. All right, so thank you to everyone who's sharing. we're going to talk about change today and how to deal with change, because that is something that gets us all, and I thought it might be worth talking about. And I'll talk about the AMAs a little bit too. Here we go. Inviting Facebook. Hey guys, welcome to McKellar Motivational Monday. This is Danica McKellar. I'm an actress, math book author, and I love doing a live streaming, and every Monday we do McKellar Motivational Mondays. Last night, some of you guys might have been along with me on Periscope anyway, on the journey at the AMAs. I took you behind the scenes of the red carpet at the AMAs, which was a lot of fun. And thank you, Mom, for holding the iPad so we could do that. Today, we are going to talk about change, how to deal with change. And change is something, you know, our worlds get rocked and suddenly we think we can't handle life anymore, and it's just not true. So we're going to talk today a little bit about just some tools and reminders for how to deal with that. Change, spare change, how to deal with change. So if it's in your pocket and it's making a lot of noise, just take it out of your pocket and then you've dealt with it. No, not that kind of change. So one of my very favorite quotes is, "The only constant in life is change." It's so true. And when change happens to us, and oftentimes it feels like it is happening to us, if we can remind ourselves of at least just that quote, you know what? The only constant is change. Oh, look, I forgot to play my music. The only constant in life is change. It is so true. Things keep changing. In my business in particular, I mean, I remember agents of mine leaving the business. I had a lawyer leave me once. He just felt like he had other clients he had to focus on more. And I mean, sometimes it's really devastating. It can be something way worse. I mean, I've been through a divorce, so obviously I know a thing or two about change that can be very rough. And it's an important reminder to us that dealing with change and being flexible and resilient is just a skill, like any other skill, that can be developed. We have to practice it. So how can we practice dealing with change? For some reason, I look a lot better on the Facebook camera than I do on Periscope. I'm not really sure why. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter. Yes, faith helps, absolutely. Trusting that there is a higher plan that we're not in control of, but some other much greater force. Some people call that force God. Some people call it the universe or higher power. Whatever it is, there's something. Someone else has this. We don't have to worry about all the details so much. But regardless, it is really challenging sometimes to deal when suddenly the person you thought you needed in your life isn't there. There could be a death in the family. Today, or very small things. Like today, my son woke up and he was sick. And so we had plans today and we had to change those plans. And you can't always predict what your day is going to be like, even if you think you are. So back to what I was saying a moment ago, how do we practice this resilience and the flexibility to know that when change happens, we can roll with it, we can adapt? Really, I believe it's practicing with the small things. So, for example, a day like today, where we had plans that I wanted to do, and now we have Draco's sick, and you know what? We got to stay home and hang out on the couch. I have a choice. I can either feel the stress of the day that I thought I was going to have that now I don't have, or I can say, you know what? The only constant is change. Got to be flexible, got to relax, roll with it, and truly just practicing that skill, I know will help me when there's bigger change that will happen. And bigger change is inevitable. There's nothing we can do about it, you guys. That will, yes. My son is doing much better, thank you. He's fine. We relaxed all day, and that is relaxed and drank a lot of hot liquids. Interrupt your thought patterns. Absolutely, S. Bailey. That's a really good thought. So yeah, I would love to hear what you guys. You want to hear Careless Whisper next? It is George Michael. I love this song, Freedom. It's such a great song. Yeah, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on how you like to deal with change, or if you don't practice, you live and learn. Well, that happens, right? But I'm talking about using opportunities, smaller change opportunities, to practice the skill so that when a bigger change comes along, that you feel a little more capable of handling it. All big things are made up of lots of little things. That's true. So any ideas you guys have for how you like to deal with change, or examples of change that have been particularly hard? You just go with the flow? Absolutely. Going with the flow. It's easier said than done, but it is so worth it. Yes, you try to take care of yourself during change. The best way to deal with change is to remember and embrace the good parts of your life. That's a wonderful thing. Going to a place of gratitude is never a bad idea. I can't think of any time in which it's just not the greatest thing in the world to be grateful for what we have and to remember that. Yeah, go with it. Don't stress. Absolutely. Because you know what? If you're stressing out about it, you will absolutely collect it in your body and, get an anxious stomach. And there's all sorts of negative physical things. Tension. Yes, know that everything happens for a reason, Sophia. Absolutely. That can be very comforting too. Things like everything happens for a reason. Things you can say to yourself to, yes, interrupt the negative thought patterns. Or everything works out. In the end, it's all going to work out. Remembering that. Saying, look, you know what? In 5 years, am I going to be remembering this day? And if I am, how do I want to remember it? Is it going to be like the day that I stopped knowing how to deal with life? Or is it like, okay, this was a big learning challenge opportunity that came my way. Stay in the moment. Thank you to everyone who's saying I looked great last night. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Put it in God's hands, Katie. Absolutely. You write and read, get into a project with your kids, Sophia. Isn't that the best? Because the kids are so great at being in the moment, and their world isn't rocked when change happens. They're so much better at being flexible and going with it. Change is learning to adapt with your surroundings. Yes, be strong, take a big breath. Life can change on a dime. You lost a friend this week. I'm so sorry to hear that, Jean. Life is not what happens, but how you react. Absolutely. It's the only thing that we have control over is our reactions to things and our own actions. We don't get to say what's going to happen in our world. We think we know what's going to happen. We see our life as like this plateau, and then we're going to do something else and get to another plateau and just sort of live there for a while. But that's not what happens. Things change and surprise us all the time. So what I'm just asking you guys to keep in mind is that you are capable of handling change. And when something happens that changes and rocks your world, remember that it is an opportunity to be strong and then show yourself that, you know what, I know I panicked when I first heard about this big change. It could be something at work or personal, you name it. You can say, you know what, at first I was panicking, but then I stopped panicking. I took a breath and I decided that I'm going to be flexible and I'm going to just keep an open mind about this new change. Then later on, when you do succeed and your life is at a better place because of whatever this change was, you can go back and say, I'm stronger than I thought I was. You taught yourself that you're stronger than you thought you were because you stuck it out. You stuck it out even when you thought you couldn't. And you rolled with the change. And then later on, when another big change happens, you can say to yourself, okay, I remember when I thought I couldn't handle this. I remember when I thought I couldn't handle it because I thought my life was turned upside down completely. But I did, in fact, pull through. And now, the next time that kind of thing happens, even if it's in a totally different category of your life, you'll know that, you know what, I'm actually pretty tough. I'm actually pretty resilient. I will see this through. I will find the joy in life, and everything is going to make sense. So my favorite phrase is, the only constant is change. Everything happens for a reason, and everything works out. Everything works out. So I hope you find comfort in some of that if you are going through any sort of change right now in your life. And by the way, the way I came up with this idea was I was doing an interview this morning, a telephone interview with a lovely woman. I don't have her name in front of me right now. But she had said, I told her about these, and she said, oh, well, what about dealing with change? Because our company just moved to a whole new office, and we've been at the same place for 20 years. And even just moving locations, even something like that. You know, don't underestimate that change really can shake our sense of stability and our sense of safety even on some primal level. So give yourself a break if you're freaking out about change, but then take a breath and take the reins, and you're going to be just fine. Everything works out. So let me see if there's anything else I wanted to say. Just the idea of practicing with the small things, so that when the bigger things happen, you feel more prepared, more capable of dealing with it. And by the way, there is a really good book from, I think, the 1990s called Who Moved My Cheese, which talks a lot about dealing with change. And I highly recommend it. If you guys are going through some sort of change in your life, and the idea is you're a mouse who's always gone to the same place to eat its cheese, and like every day you go through the maze and you eat the cheese, and then one day the cheese isn't there. And you're like, and then the mouse either keeps running into the wall to where the cheese was, or maybe it learns to go back into the maze and find where the new cheese is now. A little analogy. But the book is full of really great stuff, so I recommend it. Yeah. Somehow I went from George Michael to Metallica. What happened to Adele? Was she in there? All right, guys. So I told you I would talk just briefly about the AMAs at the end of this. Did you ask? You asked your book to read it? Good. Thank you, Sexy Not Guy 9, for inviting followers. So last night I was at the AMAs. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of makeup on. Right now I've got zero makeup on. But I was all done up, and I was wearing this really cute little romper. It's like a dress, but shorts. I got it from this place called Red Dress Boutique. They're great. And I just put some heels on and did my hair and makeup. I actually did it myself, because I've just learned a lot from these professionals who do such an amazing job. It's not a station. It's what I'm listening to right now is my Periscope playlist called Periscope Cathartic. We did a playlist together of cathartic songs on Periscope, and so that's what I'm listening to. It was very chaotic on the red carpet. I think I made it. Well, I know that I made it. Well, because Jen, you sent me a screen grab. I made it on screen at least once in the audience at the AMAs. It was a fun show. All right, guys. Well, I hope that you have a wonderful evening and a wonderful week. There's lots to be thankful for this week. I could have done one about being thankful, but I just I was kind of inspired to do this one about change. So have a wonderful, wonderful week. If I can, I'll do one on Thanksgiving at some point. But otherwise, have a wonderful week. I will see you very soon on the Dana Cam. Lots more fun stuff to come behind the scenes, and more Michaela Motivational Mondays and all that. All right. Oh, yes, right. Sorry, you're right. I should mention that. This is the time to be watching Hallmark Channel. The Christmas movies are going on still, and they will be the entire season. My Christmas Dream, which aired on Saturday night, will continue to re-air throughout the season. If you go to my Facebook page, you'll see a list of some more dates in November, and there's even more in December. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Mwah! I'll see you later. Bye.